Go right through his gill plates, through one side and out the other. Oops, I doubled that one into one. All right, now you want to cross this floss around his head once or twice. Now all you got to do is tie a couple of half knots right on the bottom of this line, snug it up. Pretty good job. We've got his gill plate sewed nice and tight. That's going to keep them from opening up. He's going to pull straighter. Now right here, what I'll normally do, I'll put a stitch right in front of and right behind this hook, and all that's going to do, the hook's going to swing free, but all that's going to do is allow that hook to stay in position. After you've been towing it for a while, it could slip, but if you put a stitch or two there, you won't have to worry about it. If you cut the bait a little bit longer than what this one's cut, if you see the video tomorrow, you'll see what I'm talking about. I normally will cut the bait and I'll open them all the way up to the fins. But all it takes is just one little stitch right in front. One little stitch right behind it. All that does, like I said, just locks this hook in place. And that's all there is to it right there. He's rigged, he's gonna swim pretty, he's gonna pull real good behind you. Then you just take whatever skirt you want to put on there. Doesn't have to be a heavy one. Light one will work. This is a 3-ounce skirt right here. And that'll just slide right down on top of him like that. And he's ready to go. You can pull this bait as slow as 2 or 3 knots. They look very good going through the water. Or you can pull them up to about 5 or 6 or 7 knots, and they're going to look good pulling through the water. The reason I like using these baits, besides being durable, you've got a large presence in the water. It's a bigger profile, especially if you're fishing dirtier water. It seems to make a big difference on the bluefins. In North Carolina, where I'm from, where we fish a lot of these, a lot of the guys in the early days that were fishing them, you had a certain amount of boats that were consistently catching bluefins, and everybody else was catching them also, just every now and then. Turns out what they were doing, they were pulling these bigger baits and they were pulling them down on the planer as well, getting them down deep. We pull a lot of these on number 32 planers to get your bait down real deep. I like to run about 300 or 400 feet back of the planer with a release on it. And the good thing about these, when you're pulling ballyhoo, I don't know how bad what I call them trash fish are up here. But when we're bluefinning and pulling ballyhoos, the false albacore will come in and they'll decimate a bait, set. I mean, even on your planer, you'll be pulling a bait around for a long period of time and you only got half the bait down there. They very rarely mess with these mullets because they're so big. So you don't have to worry about checking your baits as much. And you don't have to, when I go fishing, I got 3 or 4 of these on the boat. I'm also running ballyhoo along with them, but I always have a couple of these on board the boat, for something different to put out there. Like I said, I put one on the planer and I'll put one in the shotgun way out behind, and the other 2 baits will be ballyhoos. And they're a little more expensive than your ballyhoos are, But if you look at them, the way they hold up, and the few of them that you use, you know, when you get done with a ballyhoo at the end of the day, you gotta throw them away unless you're fishing the next day and you keep them on ice real good. These, you can fish them 4 or 5 days in a row, so it expense kind of works out on them.